What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 238. I'm here with Griffin,
I'm here with Trav.
And I'm here with Adam.
and this week we've watched Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi is Shang.
She's like, it's
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. She's like, that's what I
Yeah,
said. That's what I
Shang-Chi.
said.
Yeah.
What a great fucking movie, man.
Look, I mean, here's
Holy
the thing.
shit.
The people that don't like the movie.
Who didn't
this
like
is the
this
big.
movie?
There's people that don't like it. Believe
What's
it or
not
not.
to like about it?
Here's what I think the deal is. Like people that don't like the movie like the character, and the reason why
Oh,
that
because
I
there's
feel
like little changes and stuff.
well, yeah. I mean,
Man.
they can't call him, Fu Manchu. They have to change his
I mean,
dad's
there's
name.
multiple universes going on here. Like,
Yeah,
this
right.
is just this one.
So
But-
speaking of which, Talo, is it one of the 9 realms? Or is it another universe? Is it a whole other plane of existence?
Well, it's definitely, I mean, it had that portal shit.
Well, are the rings from the multiverse?
I don't know.
See, that I'm not
They
sure
made
about.
it a
But
point in that clip to be like, we don't know where it's from.
yeah. Well, see, and all right, I'm good. This is a little, maybe a little spoilery or whatever. But when I watch Shang-Chi in theaters, I'm like, oh, they released this before Eternals for a reason, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It doesn't have anything to do.
No
with it.
connection.
No connection whatsoever. I thought that in my brain, it's like, okay, so there's these ancient
Yeah,
artifacts.
this guy's been
that
around for 1,000 years. It's gonna,
Yeah.
you know.
He got it from an Eternal that had died or something, and now he has the power. It's made him eternal, and they may make some kind of weird connection to that in the future. But after going and watching the Eternals and watching Shang-Chi like back to back, there is no connection whatsoever that I saw
Yeah.
in the Eternals.
Okay.
So, but here's how I look at Talo. I look at Talo
This is
the same way that
dragon.
that's the
Oh,
city.
the little place they live. What's that dragon's
Yeah.
name?
Fucking badass.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
It was
It's fucking
badass.
cool as shit.
I think
though.
wasn't it just called the Great Protector?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Didn't y'all
I
feel
took-
like his mom was in it? Well, she
In the
said
dragon?
that everybody's part of the dragon. You got the heart of the dragon.
Yeah.
Maybe all the spirits, you know. I
Yeah.
don't know the
Oh,
way it was
yeah, I
looking
was
at him. I
getting-
felt some vibes, you know.
I was getting those vibes too. Plus, it would make sense countering the whole illusion that the Mandarin was under to get inside to open the Black Gate. You know.
Right. But my thing with the Talo thing is it's kind of like the stuff with Iron Fist, right? So, the Iron Fist lore is the plane crash happens. There's this, city or whatever that appears like once every so many years or whatever. And there's this chosen warrior and all this kind of shit. So to me, Talo fits into that mythology to an extent where it feels like that there's these outer planes.
Well, do you think that maybe that implies that perhaps they're going to try to give us a twofer with Shang-Chi and Iron Fist's story kind of being coalesced into one character?
Well,
Or do you think maybe Shang-Chi will become Iron Fist?
No, I don't think that they'll do that. What I think that they'll end up doing is like if they bring Iron Fist back and they decide to tackle that property again, I think that
Yeah.
it's going to be something that's like, okay, to get to Talo, you have to go through the bamboo forest that's acting all crazy.
So cool.
To get
Well,
to
it made it to where when they do Iron Fist again, it'll like the settings will make sense. We'll have the world already built for us, and we can just be like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, because you could look at it as like, so they said that this city in Talo is just one city, and it's almost like it's another universe, right? And that's
Yeah,
the
it's
bridge
another
portal
world
there.
almost.
Well,
Yeah.
the woman makes sure to explain that, like in your universe, like she made sure to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like where Shang-Chi, where Talo's at, and where the city that Iron Fist was basically raised in is part of the same universe. It's just different tribes.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? It's different groups that have
Mhm.
different agendas that they're trying to save the world from different
From a
things.
different faction.
Yeah, exactly. And if they decide to bring Iron Fist back with the success of Shang-Chi, it's going to be way easier for them to explain that again and people to understand it, because that was one of the things in Iron Fist that people were just kind of like, well, this is weird, is the fact that like the multiverse hasn't been established. There's not it's just not there, and people are just like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Is it another universe, or is it like a fucking pocket dimension? Like, what's going on? Now they have the ingredients to bring Shang-Chi, or to bring Iron Fist back, and it makes sense and it be better than it was.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I saw a lot of parallels in the story, which I mean, everyone knows that Marvel has their formula with certain films. They know how to, they know how to slice that cake perfectly.
right.
And I felt heavy parallels to Thor and Black Panther.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I mean, and not in a bad way, but in like a, they established that, there's like each type of person in the world's got their legends and folklore, and those they all, they match a real world similarity to how kind of, real world cultures have similar, backstories. Like there's a legend of, virgin births, or, just different things of that nature.
I tell you
Yeah.
what, I didn't expect to see when they went through the portal was fucking Pokemon. Huh? Huh?
I know, right?
Pokemon
Chicken
vibes,
pig.
anyone?
Oh, dude. Well,
How
like they
cool
had
was
all
that little
the
thing? Dude, fucking shout out to Ben fucking Kingsley, dude.
I know.
How
yes,
fucking
right.
I didn't even know he was in the movie.
Yeah,
That
I didn't
was
want to.
Nobody
that was a
said
pleasant.
anything. Yeah.
Well, I
When they
figured he
went
would
down there,
show up,
man, and
but
he
I
was
think it'd
like,
be like a
"Oh, you can see." What was he calling that thing? Boris? What was it? It was something.
Morris.
Morris. He's like, Morris. He's like, "Oh, you can see him too." He's like, "Where's its face?" I was like, "This is fucking hilarious." When he was
I
trying to
wasn't
wake him up,
expecting
and he
his.
was like, "Mate, calm down. I'm not dead. I'm acting. Fucking get with it," you know?
I wasn't expecting him to have this as much screen time as he
Yeah.
got for sure.
It kind of
Yeah, they kinda-
redeemed. You remember
Oh,
people
yeah,
were
for
like
sure.
pissed what they did with him before, and he's like, "So you're like a jester?" Um, whenever his father's fighting the mother at the beginning, I'm like, these motherfuckers are dancing, you know?
Yeah,
And like they would do that thing where he was spinning in circles and he would look at her and she's like smirking at him.
yeah. Like she
Dude,
knew.
at the end of the movie, I was like, we got to have that shot where he's fighting his dad and he's like giving him that look like,
And
motherfucker, it happened. Dude, I was like, yes! I got
yeah,
loud.
right.
Like, let's
Yeah.
go. I was so
Oh, I
pumped.
mean, and dude, when the movie decides to go just full comic book, it goes full stop, man.
Yeah.
Um, I really dug the enemies.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool when they would like, she was like, your weapons won't do anything. And they would
Well,
hit
yeah.
it and it would just come back together.
I was thinking, whenever that started to happen, and they were like, we got to work together, and then the Mandarins or Razor Fist was like, we're not here to work with you,
Yeah.
blah blah
And then
blah.
it killed the baddest motherfucker they got.
And then it's like,
Yeah.
it dawns on, it's like, motherfucker, their weapons weren't made magical to fight y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, when it picked up the dude in the mask, that's like their baddest motherfucker, you know?
Yeah. Death Dealer.
And just
I think,
pulled
is
the
that-
damn shit out of him. And he was like, we should probably work together.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Just sucking his soul. I thought the way they depicted soul sucking in this film was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like they made it awkwardly kid friendly, but still like equally fucked up.
Well, when it
Yeah.
was sucking the soul out of his dad, and he was looking at him, it was like, man, why didn't you listen?
Right.
But
That's
he
the,
needed
that was
that.
totally that's the look that Shang-Chi gave that motherfucker
Yeah.
that whole fight. The why didn't you listen look,
But he also
Yeah.
needed that to beat the thing.
Yeah.
How?
I was expecting, like, don't get me wrong, the whole dad going down and then being like, look, take the rings to get him. That was cool and all, but I was expecting him to straight just steal them from him, kind of how the mother did at the beginning when he started, sling ringing her ass, and she just like grabs them and is like, "No, bitch, they're mine," and fucking throws them right back at him. You know?
Well, he kind of did when he took the one half.
Yeah.
Oh,
They had him
the way
twirling
they
around
fucking
him, and he was like, "Motherfucker,
yeah.
I'm fucking hip too. You know, I'm with it."
Oh, when he brings all the debris down on him and he shoots all the rings at him, and then you just see those rings glowing in orbit around him, and he comes out of the dust. That was a badass shot, dude.
I really like though that he didn't have to kill his dad.
No.
I didn't want that, and he kept
Well,
trying. He was kept fighting
I
him,
don't
but he
think-
was like, "I don't want to kill you, man." Like,
Which we gotta think now, you know, because you know when you're deep in the movie, you know, you don't think about shit like that. But you know, looking back now, it's like Disney's not gonna let that happen.
No.
oh yeah,
But I love how it all comes full circle at the end of the day. Like, I mean, he went crazy because the mother died, you know,
yeah.
because the wife died.
Well,
And then-
well,
And I
Well, it's
expected him to
fair-
say
if-
that to him. He was like, "You,
Well,
you
you
did
gotta
nothing.
remember,
Like, where the
too-
fuck were you?"
one of the first bits of exposition we get in this movie is that Mandarin is power hungry, and he will always be power hungry,
Yeah.
and they stayed true to it.
Yeah, I mean they stay true to it, but also at the same time, it's like, you know, he let it consume him to the point where he was willing to do anything that it took to be able to get her back, which is like a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, he went
He was
full
just-
Vader.
When
Yeah,
the kids left, he's
exactly.
like, "They'll come home when I bring their mother home." Like, he really believed.
Yeah, oh yeah. So and you can't really fault him.
No.
But so in more or less, like he was kind of the perfect villain that required the villain to die. And the reason why I say that is because like when you watch some of the earlier Marvel movies and even some of them that they're still doing, it's like, why are you killing perfectly good villains?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But this felt like it was a necessary death for the
Yeah.
villain for those characters to grow, to advance, you know, to mature to the point where they needed to be.
Was their Agent
And
Coulson.
yeah, exact. And it's like the way that they did it was fucking amazing. And here's one thing that I'll say about the 10 rings themselves. So, you know, Shang-Chi is the master of Kung Fu, right?
Mhm.
I think that was the name of the book that he was in, Master of Kung Fu. He doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have the super soldier serum. He doesn't have anything that can put him in line with Captain America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Thor or any of these
well,
other characters.
he basically got the Black Widow treatment. He was just beat into being just a very superior fighting machine.
An
Yeah.
assassin.
Yeah, exactly. But what they did that I think is so clever, and some people don't like this, but I think it is a fucking genius move on Marvel's side. Him having these 10 rings allows him to have the same power level
Yeah.
as some of the other heroes in the universe, to where he can still do his master of kung fu stuff, but the hits because of the rings are going to be so impactful. It's not going to be him fighting some henchmen on a bus.
Mhm.
He's going to be able to go toe to toe with like Thor and whip the shit out of him because he's going to be on the same power level as him, but he's also going to be a better fighter than he is.
Well, now he's got the chi from his homeland. His
And
fucking
yeah,
crouching tiger,
Yeah,
hidden
dude.
dragon. You know.
And
Yeah.
you know, and one thing about the plot too that I like the most was that, you know, the big reveal that he did in fact get revenge. He did kill the guy that he fled
But then
to
they
America
don't tell
to
you
get.
nothing about it. I
Yeah,
thought he was
I
about to
mean,
tell
which-
Aquafina that was her granddad, and I was
which
like,
leads-
"Oh."
Which that leads also to me
So who
to
is it?
probably one of the only flaws I would say this movie has. And that's this movie could have slowed the fuck down a little bit. Because I don't know about you guys, but like this movie was just at breakneck speed, and that's fine. It got the story across, and I get on the whole that like it, you know, it didn't need to be sit and picked apart and dissected heavily, but there were moments where it was just like, bam, next one, bam, next one. Let's, you know,
They had a few
'cause
spots
they
in there
hauled
where they
ass.
pumped the brakes.
But they did haul ass through a lot of plot in 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, and I think that the biggest break is whenever they finally get to Tallow, and then he's talking to his aunt, and she's explaining how the world works and all this kind of
That
stuff,
one
and
and when
who
they
he
meet
is.
Kingsley. That was another break
Yeah.
where it just slowed down there, and he's talking to him. And That
Yeah.
motherfucker was so funny, dude.
Yeah.
That was clever. Dude, that
See,
fucking fight on that bus guy,
that was
that
amazing,
was the
right?
shit, dude.
I mean, the first half of the film, if not more, felt like a legitimate kung fu film.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then once they
Jackie
get to
Chan
Ta
vibes.
Lo,
It
yeah,
was a lot of the bus fight had very heavy Rumble in the
Oh
Bronx
yeah.
feeling, but you know, with the Marvel flair, of course.
You got
yeah,
Aquafina being funny. She was funny.
yeah. She was. I liked her.
They were
I
good
liked her
together.
character. Yeah.
Yeah. They might be in
Um,
love, but
I don't know if they're gonna go that route.
I mean,
Do you? I mean,
she ain't
do you
got
think
no
that they
ass.
will? I mean, she got anyway. Um,
So here's my
she got them
thing.
lips.
So we get the reveal that instead of disbanding the Ten Rings, the sister just sets up shop with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And graffitis
So
the compound.
so so Ten Rings, are they going to be allies or enemies?
I think that.
I would think they
I
would be
think that.
good, right? I mean,
Well, I think that they're going to be one of those organizations, kind of like how some people view Shield. Like Shield is technically good,
mhm.
but it depends on your outlook in that
Yeah, on what's
situation.
going on.
Yeah. So
Or
I
just
think
or just yeah, or like just very territorial style
I
protection where
mean,
it's
she's
like
not gonna fuck her brother over. He saved her
yeah.
yeah.
when he's like, "I'm not gonna lose you again."
Well, I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
fucking
it's
right.
gonna
Let's
be
go.
it's I feel like it'll make for interesting developments in Shang-Chi eventually becoming an Avenger or you know at least fighting alongside of them, because I feel like you know even though the Iron Man arc's over with, you know the Ten Rings were a big part of that story,
Yeah.
and you know him coming into the fold with the good guys is gonna obviously have them you know realizing you know all that stuff,
Yeah.
and I could see where maybe some heroes would be like you know what the fuck.
Well, I think that that's something good to have in their back pocket because, like, the majority of the Wakandans were wiped out during Infinity War. Shield is trying to rebuild itself, especially since Nick Fury is in space at the moment. So I think that they're kind of positioning the Ten Rings to be that that group of red coats or red shirts that show up. You know what I mean? And they're like,
Yeah,
we need a bunch of people to die at one time. Bring in the Ten Rings. You know
kind
what
of
I
like
mean? Like,
how
There'll
Black
be an
Panther
11th
did.
hour Deus Ex.
yeah,
The
yeah,
cavalry shows up.
yeah. And I think that she'll still continue to do her fighting stuff.
Maybe shady
Continue.
dealings.
Yeah, and she's going to be looking at the world from a different perspective, as opposed to like Shang-Chi's going to be looking at the world as like it's something that we can help try to preserve and protect and all this kind of stuff. And she's going to be looking at the world as a way to more or less, and this is going to sound bad, but I'm not going to mean it that way, exploit it for gain.
Well, you
I
have to
mean,
think
Well,
about too, man. Like she mentioned
well,
many
she's
times that like because she was a girl,
yeah,
they wouldn't let her get involved in the training and all that. Like now she's actually running the motherfucker,
yeah,
so she's not gonna want to
Asian
let that
Boba
go.
Fett now.
yeah. So,
It's the book of Boba Tea. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
right. But how likable was Shang-Chi though?
I like the guy, man.
Like he gave me
So
very
good.
heavy Spider-Man vibes. You know what I
I
mean?
like him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I mean he's not like Spider-Man kind of has a tinge of fuck up, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But he really didn't have as much fuck up. It was more of him being a badass. But his personality, like just the way that he would look, and he's like, "Why the fuck are we here?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?"
yeah.
Like just his reaction to stuff was just fucking perfect. Um, they picked the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's likable. He's young.
No
Like
more
he's
stock
gonna be
photos
with
for
it.
this dude, you know?
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
Exactly, right. Um, I'm very happy that this dude got the role. I think that he was a perfect
I can't
choice for
picture
that
anybody else
character.
doing it.
No, not at all. And
What you call it? G.I. Joe needs to take note
oh
on
my
Oh,
how to
god,
dude,
fucking make a
right.
right?
goddamn movie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the choreography for the fight sequences was so fucking good, man.
Well, like
Like,
it cut, but it didn't. It would hold. Like
yeah,
those shots where it was above them, and it would
Yeah.
pan. It would zoom in, and I'm like, oh, it's still going. They're still going.
Well, like
yeah,
he even got to have his hallway now. Disney's obsessed with hallway fights.
yeah,
On the bus, that whole sequence where he finally slides into the front and he starts taking them out, throwing them
Mhm.
out the windows, and as they're
Yeah.
going through sections and stuff, I was like, "Yep, here we go."
yeah. I mean,
Saison.
it was. I loved it. When I left the theater, I was like, I want to go back in and rewatch
I
it.
can't
And
wait to
now
watch
you
it
guys,
again.
yeah,
It
now
was
you guys know why. Like it's just
yeah. It was just a really fun
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
It was.
And after the last few quote unquote blockbuster movies we've watched, this one actually felt like it hit the mark.
yeah,
Well, I like how when it went for it, it just went. There's
Well,
dragons. There's fucking, and none of that's crazy. This motherfucker's living for 1,000 years, so that ain't too crazy.
And I think to add to that, they knew exactly what kind of movie they were gonna make, and they were all in on it. And that's that's the best you could hope for, because like, while some people will probably criticize it as like ripping off, being mediocre kung fu, whatever, I think it's more of an homage to just that genre. Because I mean, that's one of the clever things with Marvel films, is that certain properties get certain angles, and those angles will take their filmmaking through different genres.
yeah.
And we've got our kung fu franchise now.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see the next Shang-Chi. I can't wait to see him being injected into the rest of the Marvel universe. Like I want to see him go toe to toe fighting with, whoever. Like I just want it so bad,
Well, I mean, how badass would it be for, like, a skirmish between Shang-Chi and Luke Cage? Like, just a moment where they just kind of, back and forth, because they're both of the same power level.
Yeah. And that would be a nice little skirmish, And
And
they
then
made
and have them team up,
yeah. And they made it to where he can fight just some random dude on the street, or he can fight one of the most powerful beings in the universe and still be relevant.
Absolutely.
It's fucking genius, dude. And anybody that does not recognize that they've lost their fucking minds, man. Like it's great. He could fight Daredevil and then turn right around and fight the Hulk and put up a legitimate fight against both of them.
Oh yeah.
It's
Let me ask you,
I don't
because his dad was able to live that long because of the rings,
yeah.
so he can now.
Right? Well,
I think you have to wear them, don't you?
Well, yeah, because once he takes them off, then he started aging again. But I guess it's one of those things where, like, since the rings are now imbued with that good, like his power from, yeah,
like the natural order of things, so he's gonna age naturally.
Yeah, like maybe the rings won't affect him that way. Maybe they'll affect him in a different way. Like, I guess that there's more information that we need on that side of things. But even if they make him not age while he's wearing them, then that adds this extra layer of conflict in a future film.
Well, I mean, I think it would be probably something more along the lines of him having possession of the rings and them more or less choosing him. I guess we'll use that as the way to describe it. It's gonna be one of those things where, kind of like with Thor, he'll realize like he doesn't need the rings. Like he's already got that. He's literally already got the power now.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where they decide to have the rings actually come from and how that's going to play into everything, because I feel some Doctor Strangeness. Like, of course, at the end, dude shows up and everything, but I do feel
Well, they explained that a beacon.
Yeah.
What if that's a beacon let off by Spider-Man or Doctor Strange? Because it's becoming more and more apparent that the reason he isn't in WandaVision, the reason he's not in Shang-Chi, the reason why, Doctor Strange has somehow not been around in moments of these newer stories where he should have been. What if they found a way to, have it to where, he's having his quantum realm moment?
Yeah.
Like him and Spider-Man, they're stuck in the multiverse right now during the events of Shang-Chi and the Eternals and all of that.
Yeah.
Which is ingenious. I mean, it's a way to get certain heroes out of the picture, like, because that's going to become one of the more increasingly difficult problems Marvel will have to address when they make these movies, which the multiverse is supposed to be their answer to that. Is, when a certain thing goes down or a certain world event or universe or something in the solo films, well, why doesn't so and so show the fuck up? Well, it's like, well, because he's over here,
I wonder if the TVA could tell us anything about those rings.
Yeah, right. Well, and maybe that's something that has to do with Kang.
Well, when you look at the way the beacon was going through,
Yeah.
it kind of looked like that timeline shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if it's another Kang? Like, we know there's more than one.
Yeah. I mean, it could literally be anything, and it would make sense. You know what I mean?
They're one of the best new MacGuffins for sure.
Yeah. So I'm ready to go on whatever journey.
Yeah, dude. And for the people that didn't like this version of it, it's just a different variant, dog.
Yeah, right.
Thought we established this.
Well, and here's the thing that I will say: like, some people that didn't like it because of the original Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu. Like, he was a secret agent, right? Like, he was basically
See, this is all I know is this one. So
yeah,
I'm gold.
So the original version, like the story with him and Fu Manchu and all that stuff, it plays out, kind of the same. Yeah, it plays out kind of the same, but a little bit differently. It doesn't go that mystical and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if he's got a sister and if Tallow and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of that stuff plays out the same. And then he basically becomes a secret agent. He does a secret agent shit, and go from there. Well, I mean, they could still do that. You know what I mean?
He could become an agent of Shield or Sword.
Yeah, or he could become an agent of, because the thing in the comic was he was Asian and he became some type of a undercover agent in Britain. Well, I mean, have we had like a locale set primarily in that part of the world from a Marvel film? Like, I can't.
No Way Home took place in London a little bit,
right?
Or was it Paris?
Yeah, it was somewhere over there.
I think it was London.
So, yeah, but I mean, not someone that's like boots on the ground there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So maybe he decides to start helping Shield out. Maybe it's a different organization that approaches him. They need a hero in London. He shows up, and he's a secret agent doing this thing. Like,
well, I mean, imagine him fighting his way through a Hydra headquarters or something.
Yeah, which I would love to see. Like, please make it happen. So
there's definitely going to be more of him. The dude at the end was like, "Buckle up."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just imagine some of the fights we would be able to see with him teamed up with, say, like the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. Oh, he could probably whip both their asses for easy as fuck. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, them as a team working against some sort of greater threat. Like, those rings ain't no fucking joke, and they made a point to show you that throughout the film, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely 1000% enjoyed the shit out of it, and like, I mean, went to the theater and watched it, enjoyed it. watched it at home. I'm ready to watch it again. You know.
Yeah. Dude, when it went off, I was like, I got time to watch it again. Like,
I know, right?
Oh, I'll gladly watch a sequel.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a full ring.
oh yeah.
I think, yeah.
He gets 3 rings from us. So 3 of those rings he's wearing
Came
belongs
from
to
us.
real estate. Yeah. It's already happening. I can't wait, man. This is what the Marvel movies are supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Not spoilers or anything. I did go watch Eternals. I enjoyed Shang-Chi more. The Eternals wasn't bad by any means, but it left a lot to be desired. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, like
And
with this movie,
did we get decent world building,
yeah.
or was
mean,
it very kind of mishmashed
well, like
together?
what you
I
said
guess.
the other night, man, you got so many people you're trying to introduce.
Yeah.
And it's how long?
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes,
So
I
about
think.
as long as this movie.
Yeah.
Now, they did a great job at laying this character out.
Yeah.
I know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
But that's just one guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Trav. So there's 10 Eternals that
Yeah.
that they were introducing. So I mean, they're trying to establish and do character development for 10 different characters.
So do they split them off in like groups of 2, and they kind of talk to each other, and that's how we figure out their backstories?
Well, they all share the same backstory. So that's kind of out of the way, right?
Yeah.
They all come to Earth as the Eternals, and they're there to protect the planet to protect humanity from the deviants. Like that's the backstory. But
Yeah.
the character development part of it, because it jumps time. It starts when they first arrive, then it cuts to present day, then it cuts back into the past, then it cuts back to present day.
Is the twist a way of them using that to show you who changed the most? I guess.
Not
Or do they all
really.
stay kind of consistent? Well, I guess my question is the scope there that we were assuming would be?
Kinda to an extent. Like it. Here's what it felt like to me. It felt like the Eternals only existed in, like the movie only existed to introduce and explain more of what the Celestials are.
Okay.
And in doing so, like you're trying to also, like, the Celestials have been mentioned before in other movies, and they've hinted on them here and there.
Well,
But
ego.
yeah, and then you've got in a lot of, and I think when they go see the Collector, he explains what the um, Infinity Stones and all that kind of stuff
Yeah,
are.
we see the shot of the Celestials.
Yeah, so you kind of get like little spoon-fed portions here, but this really like goes in hard on the Celestial thing. But as far as like character development and providing longevity of these characters in future Marvel properties, like I don't see these characters showing back up for a long time. And I may be wrong, I may be surprised, but like you just have to, if they would have went with a more linear style of storytelling, to where
Yeah.
instead of jumping time like they did kind of all over the place, if they would have started and then built up to present day and then let the past and the actions of the characters from the past in sequential order be the character development that you need, because there's stuff that's happening and they're on Earth. They can't interfere with whatever the humans are doing. They can just stop the deviants from killing humans. So you have these sections of the movie where it cuts back to the past, and then they're all standing around for like 5 minutes. And this is fucking irritating as fuck. They're standing around for 5 minutes. There's 10 characters trying to give their input on how they feel about what's going on in the world right now. And you get a sentence or two from each character, and then it cuts back to present day.
Should have
And
been
it's
a
just
longer
like,
format.
yes, it should have been a series.
Yeah.
1000% should have been a
10
series.
episodes?
Yes, they could have done
Plenty
it in
of
8.
time.
Yeah. But it like I said, it wasn't. I enjoyed it more than Captain Marvel. I enjoyed it more than Black Panther. But I would put this right above those films in my, personal
Gotcha.
tier list. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but here's all I'm going to say. If it's going to build up to what we'll talk about when we review that on the actual episode, then everything will be worth it. If it doesn't build up to that, then I'm going to be very disappointed. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So,
Okay.
like they lay enough foundation and enough groundwork there. I just don't know where, other than Guardians of the Galaxy, where are they going to put these cosmic building blocks on this pile?
Can I throw a guess out there?
Sure.
Lay the groundwork for Galactus. That's all I needed to know.
Possibly, but not. It's not something that's come out and directly said.
So it's not in your face, but
it's more like if X is here
underline.
and Y is there, then
Yeah.
that means Z.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If that is ever a possibility to ever happen, then that movie will be worth having been in the Marvel universe.
I'm sure it's connected.
Now here's
Yeah.
my thing. Were we wrong in our assumption of thinking this could be a way to introduce the X-Men properties?
They don't okay, in the original Eternals comic story, right? You've got the Celestials, and it's changed, but this is what I'm gonna say about it. The Celestials created the Eternals, who were perfect. And then they also, experimented and they got the deviants. And they are like the demons, right? You got the
Mhm.
angels, you got the demons, and then you have the middle ground, which were the quote unquote human race.
The fucking
But
hybrid.
the human race already existed when they were doing all this. So the version of the X-Men came from what the Celestials created, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if the Celestials created anything. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like it goes into it a little bit, but it doesn't go far enough into it to know if
They can't leave those long shots of looking off into nothing long enough to explain
yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
That
But
sucks. But
uh,
I'm not letting it lower my. I'm going in cold and low like I did with Shang-Chi, and I
yeah.
hope I find something I enjoy out of it.
Well, I'm hoping that by the time it comes out for streaming or to buy or whatever, that we'll have more things that have been released
New shit
that
comes to
take
light.
from that. Yeah, exactly. Right. So that we can see these more building blocks on top of it. But like
Yeah.
they're going to have to introduce more cosmic things in order to like build off of what the Eternals have made. And to me, like if they're going to do another Eternals movie because of the way that it ended, I don't know how they're going to put those building blocks on top of it. We got the story right there. I
Gotcha.
mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, that can add to it, and it already has in a big way. But what other property do they have that they're currently developing right now is not taking place on Earth? So that's kind of where I am with it. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It wasn't Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
Shang-Chi's the new bar for Marvel. We had Thor, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We had Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that they would ever be able to top that
That's right.
Tom Holland
You went and
Spider-Man.
watched Shang-Chi and then turn around and go in there to watch the Eternals, and you're just like, man, I mean,
Yeah.
it's all right. But
When you come
goddamn,
off,
yeah, dude,
yeah,
that's a high.
yeah, exactly, right.
I was
I
so
live that
pumped.
high. Yeah. So, but Dexter,
Yeah.
I mean, this was like I said the other night. It's your average second episode of a season,
Yeah.
right?
And the kids playing
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
Now we know what happened to Hannah
Uh,
McKay.
yeah. Cancer.
Or that's just what he said. I don't know.
Well, I figured she probably got cancer from fucking around with that poison shit.
Probably.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll
Went a
see what
little
happens.
Mary Carey.
Yeah.
Whoever
Yeah.
it was that, y'all know what I'm talking about.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not gonna leave any stone unturned. He's like, there's a couple of stones. You know, and then it pans down to his,
Oh man,
Yeah.
he was giving us his best Ted Danson.
It's good to see Dexter on his toes though.
yeah.
Like that's
He
my
was proud of
favorite.
himself.
Yeah. And then like Deb being us, basically like pointing
You
out the
think you can
fact
get
that
away
like,
with this?
yeah, you smug motherfucker. She was letting him
Through
have
that
it,
whole
dude.
shot, she was out of focus.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool the way they.
When she was tapping on the window with the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid came out though, and he was like, "Hi, I'm Jim's son, Harrison." It was like, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
with it. Okay, cool." Dexter was
Yeah.
like, "All right, that's something I don't have to worry about."
Yeah. Heard it.
Something tells me that little shit's up to something.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah,
right?
there's something going on.
Yeah. Which I mean, hey, like we got a whole season to explore it, so I'm very interested to see where they decide to take it. But I'm enjoying being in the now with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've missed Dexter so much.
Oh yeah.
You know, and just like him, just the little shit. Him on that fucking side by side, and he's like, "You sure are swerving a lot." And he's like, "Yeah." He's trying to run over the blood tracks and everything. Oh my God, he's doing it, man.
Yeah.
Look at me, Dexter. Dexter. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the next episode. And I mean, do you think that Mr. Krabs is the one that's got that bitch locked up in that room?
The dad.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
him.
I know, right? So
Like whoever's watching the TV looks like that dude, and it's like, and he was like, "Sorry, I just got here," and then they couldn't get a hold of him. It was like, "Where were you?" But they may be fucking throwing us a curve. You know what I mean? How they do it? Like,
yeah.
may not even be him.
If it's not him, then I'm gonna throw
It's the other guy.
suspect. No, yeah, the dick face,
The one with the
Dick
helicopter.
Scar. No, I think it's gonna be Dick Scar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
His buddy.
Looked a little older.
Yeah, but you know, they might be
Like
throwing
gray
us.
hair.
Might be a mask.
If it ain't the dad, it's the fucker with the helicopter.
And I have a feeling that them two guys don't get along. Like the dude with the helicopter and Mr. Krabs definitely don't see eye to eye on anything.
Like they're having a rich man's war.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're trying to big dick each other, and they ain't nobody about it. You know what I'm saying? They are.
What they don't know is Dexter's got a bigger one.
Yeah, he's like glove.
I challenge you to a big dick off.
Big dickums.
What they don't know is I'm gonna cut their dicks off.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove it in their mouths. Like,
in England, no, Dexter would be like, in England, spotted dick is considered a delicacy.
That girl, is that the girl from the bar that she gave the money to get a ticket?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah. And I like where they're putting it. And I also like the thing because I was like, in the first episode, I'm like, wasn't Dexter in fucking Oregon or Washington State or some shit?
Yeah.
And then it shows his license and it said New York State. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, did they retcon this? Like, are we not going to address it? But I do like how, you know, he sent the letter to Hannah from that area and
And then moved on.
Yeah. I like how they covered their bases there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at this point, it ain't like they're going to fuck the show up, you know? Whatever they do is.
Yeah. Can't be any more fucked up than it already was, you know? So. I got some movie news here if y'all want to peep that.
Yeah.
All right. So A24 assembles A-list cast for fantasy epic The Legend of Ochi. Production company A24 recently unveiled a new upcoming project called The Legend of Ochi. The film is considered a fantasy epic. It will be the directorial debut for Isaiah Saxon. He will be directing a main cast that includes Willem Dafoe, Emily Watson, Finn Wolfhard, and Helena Zegel. The title is based on Saxon's original characters, world, and screenplay. A synopsis for the project reads: The legend of Ochi follows a young girl who runs away from home and learns to communicate with an elusive animal species known as Ochi. Composer and Projectors founder David Longstrength is creating an original score for the movie. He has collaborated with Saxon's animation and film studio, Encyclopedia Pictura, on multiple occasions. Isaiah Saxon, who co-founded Encyclopedia Pictura, has experience working with the music industry. He has directed music videos for many musicians such as Bjork, Panda Bear, Kanye West, Grizzly Bear, and the previously mentioned Dirty Projectors. It will be interesting to see his leap from music to the big screen. Encyclopedia Pictura has another project in the works, which is an animated series for Apple. Its pilot, which will come to Cartoon Network, is named DIY. The show is inspired by DIY.org, an online community created to teach practical skills to children. I mean, that's real. I like the little picture here.
Putting on some Zelda vibes, ain't it?
Some Zelda. We got a little bit of Lamb vibes going on over here. You know what I'm saying?
Ta-da!
Yeah, ta-da! So, I don't know if it's going to be animated or not.
On the IMDb, it has them all listed as voices, but that may be because they're doing animals.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, and maybe it will be animated, because I think this would be the first A24 animated film that they would be releasing that I'm aware of. I don't think I haven't seen any that's animated. So
I don't think so.
But that's pretty cool, and it's cool. Like, it's good to see other people get into that animation world, because we've got Pixar, we've got all this other stuff. It's great, it's good, but it'd be nice to see someone kind of push the envelope a little bit, and in terms of like animation and animated storytelling. So next up, Henry Cavill gives his blessing to DC's multiple Superman projects. Man of Steel star Henry Cavill has given his blessing to the multitude of different Superman projects that are currently underway. Both Creed actor Michael B. Jordan and J.J. Abrams and his company Bad Robot are planning to bring a black Superman to screens, and Cavill has the perfect answer as to why he is fully supportive of these ideas. It's exciting. Superman's far more than skin color. Superman is an ideal. Superman's an extraordinary thing that lives within our hearts. Why not have multiple Superman going on? Joaquin Phoenix did a wonderful Joker movie, so what if it's not tied to the rest of the franchises? They have multiple Superman comic book storylines happening at the same time. Despite the various critiques of Cavill's live action take on the DC icon in the likes of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the actor clearly has a great understanding of the inherent importance of the character as well as the comic book medium, and sounds just as excited as Superman fans are to see these various different versions of the superhero brought to life.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Right here, of course, while Cavill is excited to see other versions of Superman take flight, he still hopes to return to the coveted role in the near future, believing there is still a lot of story to be told for his iteration of the Man of Tomorrow. There is still a lot of storytelling for me to do with Superman, and I would absolutely love the opportunity, Cavill said. The killing of Zod gave a reason for the character never to kill again. Superman falling to the ground and screaming afterward. I don't think that was originally in the script, but I wanted to show the pain he had. I did far more emotional takes they didn't choose. Tears were happening. He just killed the last remaining member of his species. That's the choice he made in that moment, and he'll never do that again. There's an opportunity for growth after that, to explore the psyche of Superman as a deep, seemingly invulnerable, godlike being, but with real feelings on the inside. As I always say, the cape is still in the closet.
Woo!
So here's what I'm going to say about this, because I saw the original story that they did where he said the cape is in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
And the headline of it was like, Cavill's still willing to return as
Yeah.
Superman and all this kind of stuff. The Witcher season 2 just came out.
Mm-hmm.
He may be cast in the future to play James Bond. We don't know. Like that's a possibility.
You know who they're looking at right now when it comes to that? I actually read an article last night when I had the VPN on trying to find that Spider-Man trailer. So I was on like some UK website, but they're over there. They're having a huge discussion right now between Venom, Tom Hardy.
Okay.
So Tom Hardy and fucking Honky Cat from the Elton John movie, the guy from Game of Thrones. I'm talking about.
Yeah, the guy
Red
that he
Wedding?
was in the Eternals. Yeah.
He seems to be really high on the list.
And that would make sense. Yeah,
I
it
think
would
he's
make
got the look.
sense. I think he does too. So,
I just want to throw that in there.
and I think that those are two good choices. I think it would be kind of weird to see Tom Hardy playing James Bond. In my opinion, it would be because he would be more of an everyman's James Bond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like most James Bond, very eloquent, very high class. High class ladies down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Tom Hardy brings like some gruff, to every role that he's in. He brings a little gruff. So that would be an interesting and a different take on James Bond. But what I will say though about Henry Cavill is I think that he's come to accept that, like,
he's the divisive Superman.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And if they decide that they want to create more Superman movies with him attached to play Superman, that he's always going to be interested in doing that. But I think that he is also under the understanding that it's probably not going to happen for him.
Well, and at the end of the day, he is an actor, and
he's got to keep working.
Actors move on, man.
You know what would be the biggest middle finger in the entire universe, though?
What?
If they cast him to play Sentry.
Dude, don't get my hopes up.
I mean, think about it though. Like, they don't even have. Well, they could make him blonde because I mean,
well, that would. That would be interesting to test his range.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that he's got it, dude.
Yeah,
like legit.
Because we haven't seen Henry play a crazy person yet. He hasn't hit that role yet.
Yeah. I don't know. Wasn't he a crazy person in that Mission Impossible movie?
But more of like the cold, quiet type, right?
Calculating.
Like he's the one that's twisting the silencer on, and he's got his mind on the prize.
Do you see that article that's trending next to that Henry Cavill article? The Rock puts himself forward as the next James Bond. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even want to bring it up. Yeah, no.
Like that movie that he just did, that Red Notice.
Yeah.
That's as close as he's getting.
Yeah. Hey, this is what he said. Yes, my grandfather was a Bond villain, and You Only Live Twice with Sean Connery. Very, very cool. I would like to follow in his footsteps and be the next Bond. I don't want to be a villain. Got to be Bond. So
I guess you got to dream. Have a dream.
Yeah. Got to do the thing to do. So
yeah.
I hope that that they cast Cavill in some Marvel property at some point, and I'm interested to see. He's being cast as Highlander, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they're going to start filming that in the future, and I'm excited about that because that's a great
thing. Unless we get the Queen intro.
They've got to use that soundtrack. Yeah. Dan. All right, so Lethal Weapon 5 is expected to go straight to streaming on HBO Max. Says Mel Gibson's Lethal Weapon 5 may be developed for a streaming release on HBO Max. it says recent reports on the action sequel have claimed that it will be going straight to streaming. Following the announcement that Mel Gibson will both direct and star in Lethal Weapon 5, reports have stated that the highly anticipated sequel will be developed for HBO Max as the service continues to build up its slate of future films that would premiere on the streamer. Last time audiences spent time with Riggs and Murdaugh was way, way back in 1998. I remember when Lethal Weapon 4 came out.
Yeah.
Because Jet Li was kind of a new actor to Western audiences.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever they're like, "Oh, he's gonna be in fucking Lethal Weapon 5," holy shit.
You know?
Yeah, right. So I remember that like clear as day. I was like, I was 8, 9 maybe when it came out, but anyway.
Yeah, remember watching it.
Yeah, right. I've got it on DVD somewhere.
Yep.
Lethal Weapon 4 grossed more than $285 million at the box office. Clearly, HBO Max are confident that they can continue the success of the franchise without a big screen release, using the iconic property to further increase their streaming output. The move towards a streaming release for Lethal Weapon 5 does not come as too much of a surprise, with the ongoing global situation pushing many tentpole releases out of theaters and into our homes thanks to the emergence of a wide variety of platforms, each of them striving to be the best. The plan for Lethal Weapon 5 was to have original director Richard Donner return to the director's chair after all these years. Sadly, Donner passed away in July this year at the age of 91, with previous reports stating that the filmmaker's death would bring an end to the development of the 5th sequel. Over the weekend, though. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think that if somebody else got a hold of that, the Goonies property, I think that it could be done very faithfully.
What if you don't like Watiti do it?
Yeah, let Watiti do it.
Somebody
still have Spielberg attached.
Yeah.
They could even bring Abrams in there and do it, and it would be okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just do a one and done. But over the weekend, though, Mel Gibson proved these reports wrong, revealing during the Q&A at an experience with Mel Gibson in London. Dude, I would fucking love to go to that.
Mm-hmm.
That he would, in fact, take the helm. The man who directed all the Lethal Weapon films, Richard Donner, he was a big guy, Gibson said at the event. He was developing the screenplay and got pretty far along with it. And he said to me one day, "Listen, kid, if I kick the bucket, you will do it." And I said, "Shut up." But he did indeed pass away. So I'm excited. If they decide to do another Lethal Weapon film, of course I'm going to watch it. I mean, they've got to do it now, though.
Yeah.
Like they can't wait another 5 years. Like, no, they've got to do it now. Yeah, they've got to do it. So it's now or never. And with it releasing on HBO Max, it makes 100% sense to me because, I mean, the last film came out in 98. Realistically, how many people between the ages of 18 and, let's say 18 and 28 or 30 even know what the hell Lethal Weapon is?
Well, they had that show for a little bit, but not the same.
True.
Just getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Dude, 1 and 2, man.
Yeah.
3's all right, but
3 and 4 was I enjoyed 4 a lot. 3 was okay, but like they just kept upping the bar.
Yeah.
To really show you what, like when I think of like buddy, like cop comedy, like that is what comes to mind.
Yep.
And you saw that,
and then it's Jackie Chan and Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour.
Those two.
Yeah. But you can see in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, like how often was that movie ripped off?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you see it everywhere.
Well, they even did like a parody movie of it.
Yeah.
It's got to have Joe Pesci in it.
It's got to, right?
Got to have Joe Pesci.
And who was the love interest? It wasn't Helen Hunt. Who was it? Fuck. I'm gonna have to.
I can see her face.
Now. I know, right? Plain as fucking day. Hold on, I'm fucking searching.
Dude, she was in that fucking Jake Gyllenhaal movie. She was the news lady.
Fucking fucking hell,
Nightcrawler.
man.
Remember when he went to he was selling the footage to her?
Yeah.
That was her, right?
Yeah. The fuck was her name?
Renee Russo.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure she'd be down.
Of course.
And he's
right?
still gonna be living in a camper on the beach.
Yeah. Right.
You know, roughing it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got all the money.
Oh yeah.
Still
He doesn't
roughing it.
have to live in a camper. And when it opens, dude, he's out there like got a fire going, wearing cowboy boots and his boxers, drinking, like just
Yeah.
living his best life.
I mean, whenever they've got to be like retired, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to come out of retirement.
Yeah, something's going to happen that's going to force them to.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm telling you, I've been too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
now I'm really, let me get my walker,
I'm surprised they're going to let Mel Gibson direct something.
Well, he did that Santa Claus movie, so he's back.
Yeah.
He's back. That was years ago. If fucking my wife was going to be taking a lot of my money, I'd probably say some crazy shit too.
He was drunk.
Hey, I say crazy shit when I'm drunk.
Yeah, I mean,
I say crazy shit to my wife already, and I'm not even drunk.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he was just
it happened. Yeah, I just play him, baby. So next up here, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is undergoing major reshoots. It's a biopic reshoots,
Yeah.
The world of Marvel is an intricate and constantly evolving beast. And for that reason, it is not surprising that new reports have revealed that the upcoming Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness has set cameras rolling again, with both additional material and reshoots being filmed in LA. The Hollywood Reporter disclosed that there will be at least a further 6 weeks of shooting done, with 6 days a week being worked. This new month and a half of recording time further explains the decision by Disney and Marvel Studios to delay many of the upcoming Marvel movies, with the Doctor Strange sequel being one of them. According to the report, both Michael Waldron and director Sam Raimi are involved with the filming of the material, along with the crew that has been recently working in the city on Spider-Man No Way Home and Moon Knight shoots that have been appended to the original filming schedule of both properties. While it has been suggested that these new pieces of recording will not be used to change the main story of the movie in any way, the latest word is that 2 weeks will be used completing principal photography that was cut short by the COVID pandemic shutdowns. And similarly, the reshoots could also be linked to COVID issues such as actor availability. While it is expected that Benedict Cumberbatch will be part of this new shoot, it is unclear as to who else will be required to return. Elizabeth Olsen already completed some reshoots a couple of months ago after the initial filming of her role was wrapped, so whether she will be required for any of the shoot is not known, but is less likely than some of the other cast members. One thing has been made clear by sources is that the reshoots happening on Doctor Strange 2 are not the biggest that they have seen on a Marvel slate, and are just part of the natural filming process that usually sees the main actors brought back to film a couple of months into post-production to tidy up a few shots. However, with a 6-week shoot plan, it seems more than just a bit of housekeeping being done on the movie.
What it sounds like to me is, possibly doing a little, adding a little, a little here and there. But
yeah,
a lot of times, like they said, like this happens on almost all movies if they got the budget. Depending on what shots they decide to go with, they're like, well, we don't have a close-up of this shot, or, it's just a little housekeeping.
Well, here's something that we need to take into consideration, too, for a second here. So, with Marvel kind of being this whole new, giant that it is, let's say that, Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness has a budget of X amount of money, right? And let's say, you got Sam Raimi available, you got, Benedict Cumberbatch available. You're not going over budget. Hey, we need to do a couple of reshoots, tidy things up. We want to also add a couple of shots here and there. We want to do this and that. Also, in a future Marvel production, we want to add a sequence of Doctor Strange doing this. So can you guys just go ahead and shoot that while you're at it so that we can use it in the future?
We're going to need it for another movie.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure that that's happened, and I'm sure it's going to, if it would make sense because, like, at the end of the day, it's all owned by Marvel. It's all under the umbrella of Marvel. If you're having to go back and do it and you have access to these actors to do certain things, why not, if there's something that you need, why not throw it in there? Why not do that? You know what I mean?
Well, and I think like they got the guy from Loki, the writer, like he's writing this movie, right?
Yeah.
There's no telling, stuff comes up sometimes between now and then where someone's like, yo, I got an idea and let me throw this by you.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck yes. Love it.
Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah.
Let's go.
So, I mean, I think that like with reshoots in the Marvel world, it's kind of to be expected, but also you have to think though, they may shoot something now in this 6-week span that we're not going to see for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like
something that's going to be in another movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But they need him to look this way now.
Yeah.
Because that way when they go back, even if it was 5 years from now, because, he'll look different 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and like maybe, the Multiverse of Madness version of Doctor Strange has something signature about his look.
Yeah.
Like the original Doctor Strange had, the Eye of Agamotto or whatever it was called. He wore that around. It would make sense if you're going to do shots where you need that with that same exact costume. He's going to have it back on at some point. Let's film this shit so we don't have to worry about continuity.
Yeah, while we got him here.
We don't have to worry about keeping up with all this shit for 5 years down the road. We can just go ahead and do it now.
Thank it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's going to be crazy? In like 50 years when like Marvel is done and done, how much footage are they going to have that has never been released? They could probably make a whole different movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think about. Here, check out all the Marvel Studio reveals from Disney Plus Day. So Disney Plus Day happened, I believe it was last week. And then I think D23 is happening this coming weekend.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's on the 19th, 20th, somewhere in there. So. But Disney Plus Day has announced several things. So serving as the latest expansion of the Marvel Cinematic Universe on the streaming platform, we are set to see 12 new titles in the coming future. The announcements come complete with first looks, title cards, and early information sure to get Marvel fans excited. Expected titles featured included Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, while some unexpected titles included the return of the X-Men animated series with X-Men 97 and Ironheart, which will look to continue the legacy of Iron Man. Other exciting things to come include Echo, Agatha House of Darkness, Season 2 of What If, I Am Groot, and Marvel Zombies. Also, we've got Secret Invasion here, which we knew that was happening. Also, Spider-Man Freshman Year. So, from what I understand about Spider-Man Freshman Year is it's going to kind of tell his origin story. And then, of course, show his adventures, not only in freshman year of high school, but also learning his powers, learning how to use everything. And I think that it's an animated series, and I think that that's a great little animated series to have on there. And you're going back in time, but you're not going far enough back to where it's going to be like a huge headache. You know what I mean? So you'll be able to capture the personality of the character, especially if they bring Tom Holland in to do the voice. And you'll also be able to tell the stories and maybe introduce some more minor villains that he was kind of messing around with in his, freshman year. So That's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what comes out of D23. I think that we're going to get a lot of trailers. We're going to get a lot of news, like new releases, first announcements, things like that. So here's one thing that I was excited to talk about. This was the last movie news that we've got here, or that I've got. So Daredevil may be getting a new Marvel project. So we've talked about Daredevil. We've talked about how every time Charlie Cox shows up anywhere, I think the last report that I heard is whenever he went to visit his parents, they were asking him if he was in the Spider-Man
and
movie.
He was like, you know,
he still can't say,
keeps leech on him.
Yeah. So we all want Daredevil back, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all excited.
It's gonna happen.
We need it in our life, but this is what we have to say. Daredevil, the blind superhero who daylights as a lawyer, may be getting a new Marvel project in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. RPK News reports that Marvel Studios has lined up a new Daredevil project. The tweet was later shared by comicbook.com. A screenshot of the talent grid did not contain any cast members or crew information, nor did it indicate if the project was a movie or a television series. Writer and actor David Hayter recently added fuel to rumors while speaking at MCM London Comic Con, according to IGN. This is what he said. They're doing a reboot of Daredevil. He said, I love the first way they did it, but there's certain things that I would want to adapt from the Frank Miller run on Daredevil that really meant a lot to me. Still, he later said on Twitter that he has no inside information whatsoever on the project. No, I did not confirm a Daredevil reboot, he wrote in a tweet. I mistakenly thought I'd read in the trades that it was happening and I would love to see it. And yes, I'd love to write it. There was a Daredevil television show on Netflix that did not connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, the show was dropped once Disney acquired full rights to the Marvel projects on Netflix. Since then, there hasn't been an indication that Daredevil will return to the MCU until now. So, it's a matter of time, right?
Well, lately, the buzz has been big on it.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I think they purposely. Because why is this motherfucker doing so many interviews all of a sudden? Like, it's like, go out there and make the rounds. Let us see what the internet says. And the internet was like, fuck yes. We'll kill ourselves if you don't.
Cox.
Like,
give us Cox, please.
That's the fucking
give us Cox.
Hashtag give us Cox.
Yeah, dude, I'm fixing to start it.
Yeah.
Fucking Daredevil and the fucking Spider-Man, hashtag give us Cox.
Yeah.
And
I think they are.
If I get Cox from anybody, I want it from
from Cox.
Charlie. From Charlie Cox, yeah. Like that's the only Cox I need in my life.
Because it's been nothing but positive feedback.
Oh yeah. And dude, his version of Daredevil was fucking incredible.
He was a great Daredevil.
I can't think of anybody else that they could cast in that role that would be anywhere near as good as he was. And like Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
Oh my God.
He is fucking movie ready.
Oh, they're gonna get the band
back
together.
Villain perfection with that one.
Yes, absolutely. So and maybe, maybe he is in Spider-Man. We'll see,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
during the peak runs of the seasons of Daredevil, man, that was one of the main shows I waited on.
Oh yeah. That was definitely the best out of all of the Netflix series that they had, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Like, Luke Cage was good. Jessica Jones was good. Iron Fist was good.
Defenders even the Punisher was good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I take that back. Daredevil and Punisher was neck and neck in my book.
Yeah. Well, dude, that fucking season 2 of Daredevil is some of the best television that's ever been put on the small screen. Like, the Elektra stuff was okay. It was fine for what it was, but just the Punisher stuff like that. If you break the season into 2 parts, if you had the Punisher stuff and the Elektra stuff, the Punisher stuff was just, it was a fucking 15 out of a 10.
Oh, it was a
so
it was a
good.
and it was a Frank Miller fest, dude. Like
For sure.
they straight up recreated the the rooftop scene where that whole exchange, man, about their ideologies and their view of the world. That was some of the best hero debate moments that I've seen for sure.
Yeah. And John Barenthal's performance, like his delivery, like he is so sure that what he's doing is for the yeah, it's so fucking good, man. So, and it would be great. Yeah, and it would be great, man. Like get D'Onofrio back, get Barenthal back as Punisher. He's already come out and he's like, yeah, you know, I would maybe like to play Wolverine, but like I really want to just kill people as the Punisher. And the internet's like, let this motherfucker kill people as the fucking Punisher. Yes. He wants a high body count, damn it. Make it happen. So,
dude, everybody on that show's already said they'd come back.
Oh yeah. Dude that played Luke Cage, he's even come out and said that the only one that I'm not sure is Kristen Ritter. Is that her name?
Jones, that's her name.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm sure she's DT, you know?
What else?
DTJJ. Yeah.
I mean, once they
taking bad money.
Once they officially bring in Ghost Rider into the mix, that's gonna set that whole area of heroes like that. That's gonna make that shit awesome.
And Nick Cage is like, "Let me at him," and I'm like, "Calm down."
Yeah. Hey, there was rumors. Did we talk about
the Agents of Shield Ghost Rider was pretty fucking dope, man.
Yeah, the Robbie Rodriguez, I think's his name.
All his sequences were fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited though, man. Like Marvel's doing great things over there. Like even though the Eternals didn't kind of live up to what I thought it might have been in my head, it was still not bad, and I'm still excited for like everything.
But that's the thing, though, man. You don't know what that's leading into.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's always the thing with a hitter.
Yeah,
it's like there may, you know. Somebody may show up in fucking Doctor Strange or something. It's like, what? You know, and it's like, who's that person? Oh, you didn't see the Eternals?
Yeah. Which is a possibility, man. Well, did y'all see any movie news or?
Oh, man.
I'm excited about trailers.
Me too.
We've got some good ones, and we've got one that just dropped like
today,
30 minutes ago. Yeah,
see, it's like crazy that the Spider-Man trailer release event happens on motherfucking podcast day.
I know, right? This is what happens when worlds collide. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is that's the second Power Man 5000 reference I've heard today. That's weird. I know, right?
It's podcast day, dude. Anything's possible. This first trailer looks like this is DiCaprio, dude. And you know, here on Real Estate, we'll follow DiCaprio anywhere.
To the end of the world.
Yeah. If he runs for president, guess who I'm voting for? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But
weird policies.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know.
You're saying you're a DeCap chap?
Yeah, I'm a DeCap chap for sure, dude.
DeCap
chappy.
Chappy.
Wait, there's one trailer that I didn't put in here that I forgot to put in here that I meant to.
And he drops the trailer for Chappie. That's what it is.
I dropped that music video for Die Antwoord.
Oh God.
Fucking
I think you're freaky and I like you a lot.
All right, so I'm gonna drop this here. I think that we should do that before the Spider-Man trailer.
Sure.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, that's real. That's happening, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm excited for trailers even more.
Yeah.
Let's roll this beautiful bean footage, guys.
All right, let me leave my comment.
Don't look up. Leo.
He's looking down on you.
All right,
It's got
ready?
Jonah Hill in it. Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play. It's taking forever to get a fucking trailer. This is directed by Adam McKay.
Yeah.
What? Oh God, is that ELO? Don't let me down.
I think it is.
I don't hear it. Hello. You ain't supposed to say that on the news.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's that
On the
bass line,
cover.
dude.
This is what Armageddon should have been.
So is this Armageddon Corporation Edition?
I think so.
Be cool to see Leo in a comedy. Oh shit. Ron Perlman.
So many big names.
Down to watch that.
When is this coming out?
December the 24th.
Decent. Ooh, that's coming out on the same day or the weekend that Spider-Man, after Spider-Man. It's not going to do good. You know what I'm saying? I want to pot it though, for
They get
real.
straight to Netflix.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around. It looks good though. Like, here's the thing about Adam McKay. Like, agree with him, disagree with him, whatever about his, political stances and all that. Motherfucker can make a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, The Big Short was great. The way that he did Vice was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a very unique style, especially for those non-comedies. Like, that's a comedy. The Big Short was kind of a comedy, but it's more of like comma dramedy. You know.
Well, it's very Coen Brothers esque.
Yeah, it's got a
but with a little bit more a little bit more of that flavor,
a little bit more Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
it's Coen Brothers, but with a suit on. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Coen Brothers is like down and dirty. You know, Llewellyn, where'd you get that money? You know what I'm saying?
Oh God!
But it's like fucking, Batman didn't put a bodysuit on. He gained 450 pounds and played the vice president. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did.
So
he played him too.
So,
yeah.
Up next, we got Silent Night.
I don't know. It's got Keira Knightley in it, so that's why I put it in here.
Hit or miss. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
I like Keira Knightley.
Oh, it's the dude from
JoJo?
Yeah. Nice to see he's getting work. petrol. This is proper British. I tell you, I'm down to see the British Christmas movie. Like,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. This is the second Doomsday Christmas movie. Like, what's going on here?
Holy shit.
it'll be a dark Christmas.
What?
Johnny Depp's daughter. Plot twist: it doesn't kill kids, only the adults.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Haven't we already
sure.
seen a movie called Limitless?
Yeah, that's that movie about the pill, right?
Yeah.
With Bradley Cooper.
It's gonna be funny if the title is actually called Limitless with Chris Hemsworth.
I think it's you know, you were talking about Goldblum.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a Hemsworth thing.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
think so. I'm not 100%, but
It's
that's
coming to
from
Disney
the
Plus.
screenshots. Yeah, so
Okay.
you know, Will Smith was like, "I'm going to see the world. Get away from my crazy
Yeah.
What crazy rock, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay, okay. So this is like a travel show.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's gonna
With
be
your
like,
favorite Australia.
with
yeah,
Thor.
and he's preparing for the fucking Hulk Hogan biopic the whole time. The limitless part is how much fucking steroids can he do?
Yeah. They're like, it's limitless.
He does so much that he comes out singing the immigrant song, but instead he's going, "Oh, Hogan," or "Oh yeah,
Brother,
bro."
leg drop.
I'm ready though, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Is that him?
I think so.
This is how Cliffhanger started. It's like, okay, dude, we get it. You train pretty hard for movies. Getting harder to bulk up.
Darren Aronofsky.
I
It's
mean, look what he's
it's
doing.
the same team that did One Strange Rock then, because he did that as well.
Look at the torture he has to go through to get his body in the shape to do these movies. Money. This dude's an adrenaline junkie.
We can rebuild you, make you stronger. You'll go from being really dry to really wet really quick.
He said you're gonna go toe to toe with Father Time. God damn.
Break limits.
It's
It was
Carl
pretty good in
Pilkington's show with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Like
Where
him
he's
doing
Although
the
like
thing with the
saying,
tribe.
I think I'd rather see Carl Pilkington do this shit because he'd bitch the whole fucking time.
yeah.
He'd be like, "It's
Hemsworth
not
looks
really
like
limitless, isn't it? Isn't it?"
yeah, isn't it?
It's the end of the road. There's clearly a limit.
Dude, he would be hanging onto that rope, shaking,
yeah.
screaming, "Pull
Oh,
me up!"
Carl
They're like, "You
Pilkington.
got to climb
Yeah.
up, call,
Yeah.
call."
You gotta use your upper body strength, Carl.
Upper body strength, brilliant. Because you know he doesn't have any.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say much. Being the Ricardos, finally, we got a full trailer here, I think. Yeah, trailer number 1.
All right,
Ready
y'all
when
ready?
you are.
3,
Oh,
2,
yeah.
1, play. By the way, Wheel of Time drops this weekend.
Mm.
Nice.
I like how they've put prosthetics on her face to make it not look like her, like
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman. Javier Bardem. This is the sequel to Mother.
Fuck yeah.
They tried to make her face round. That was old JK. Oh, he's playing the neighbor, Fred.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. I'm surprised there already hasn't been a movie about him. Like,
It looks good though, man. Like I would totally watch it, you know? Adrian. I know
I
that.
got a trailer for Mac and Me.
Paul Rudd, man. This is
Stop
HBO
commenting.
Max.
I'm gonna need a bucket for all these tears.
Let's see what we got here.
All right.
Uh,
3, 2, 1, play. Damn, they made that footage look old. Is this a documentary?
Yeah.
Is that Paul Rudd's mom? Like, what's happening? No. How the fuck is Paul Rudd connected to this? don't know anything about this person,
No.
but I'll look into it.
You gonna report back in next week?
Yeah. Come in
All
with the
right.
Adrian report. I show up, I'm like, she's dead.
Case closed. It's like, all right.
They've kind of clickbaited that with the Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I mean, he did a little segment. Come on.
He's like, I like to see a waitress on the marquee.
Well, they've
Are
got to put
you
him on there
pooping
because
in there?
Ghostbusters comes out Friday, so you know.
Yeah. Is this real?
Yeah, this is Obi-Wan trailer, man.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, play.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Check him out. Old man Kenobi. Mm-hmm. Mm. Let's go. Mm. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely a teaser, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a teaser, but I am very excited for this Moon Knight shit, man. Oscar
The
Isaac.
voice choice.
Yeah, right. Have you seen this, Trav?
No, all this is new to me tonight.
Oh shit! All right.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's check this little teaser out
Oh
here.
my god, it's so loud. All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Hmm.
The White Knight. He looks so young.
Mm-hmm.
Weird seeing him
I
with his
mean,
beard.
lay it on me, man.
Weird.
And off the heels of that, we got the first look trailer at She-Hulk.
I mean, 1, 2 buckle my shoe, man.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Mm-hmm. Wonder Woman gonna be in this? She's fucking mental.
Oh,
What the
that was
fuck?
Charlie Cox.
Certainly was.
Ain't nobody talking about that shit.
He must be your lawyer.
Well, she's a lawyer.
Is she?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Could you imagine you're in court and She-Hulk fucking walks in?
Be like, I'm guilty. I'm guilty as
Don't
fuck.
make her angry.
Please don't have her beat the shit
You
out
won't
of
like
me.
her when it's angry. And it's her time of
I'm ready when y'all are.
This is a really, I mean, this is gonna be like a C or a D. I mean, look at this fucking comment from Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies. Looks like fun. So let's check it out, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. He's gonna join a metal band. Oh, it's the Toxic Avenger. So he's gonna go to metal shows and fuck shit up.
This looks so dumb, but
Mhm.
We gotta watch it, right?
Mhm.
Halo
Halo.
TV
Is
series. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg behind this?
I don't know.
Going to Paramount.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Oh, and it's not animated?
No, it's live action, dude.
I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. And that's all you need.
Yeah. Suit looked great.
Yeah.
ER.
Oh,
Come
this
on,
trailer's
Master
3
Chief.
minutes long.
Here we go, guys.
This is it.
Yeah. We might have
We
to
haven't
watch this
seen this
twice.
yet.
Yeah.
We haven't read or looked at anything.
We're going in cold. This may fuck the movie up for us.
What, Shang-Chi?
No, Spider-Man, my man.
Oh no.
All right, I'm full
My,
screening and putting it in 1080.
my brother just texted me. You see the new Spider-Man trailer yet?
Say
Let's watch this
BRB.
shit.
About to watch it. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Holy shit. He looks fucked. Mm.
I mean, I am. The fuck? So what we read was true.
What?
Yes.
Is
That's
that
a Sandman? Is it? Looks like him.
Yeah. And the lizard?
It's everyone. Here we go again. Man, that's gonna be fucked up if she dies. Hmm.
Spider Monday. Oh, that shit looks so good.
Remember when we read the guy was talking about the leaks?
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
said they go down in the thing and he can see them in like little prisons.
Yeah.
And then he's told that they all die.
Yeah.
And that's when he fucking steals the thing. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
That shit was real.
Oh,
Fucking
that shit looks
right, dude.
great. Yeah, man. I like how if fucking Toby and Andrew Garfield's in it, I love how they're not showing them,
Well,
man.
who was in the black Spider-Man suit?
That was him. That was Tom Holland.
Okay.
That's gonna be his Doctor Strange suit, probably, or his multiverse suit.
I think that's his Electro, because it's grounded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Because it shows him in it while he's fighting Electro. So
yeah, that thing's already got 7 million hits.
That's fucking nuts, man.
It's only been up for a few hours.
Yeah, it's only been up for what, 2 hours?
Yeah, talk about promotion behind this movie.
Yeah, they had a premiere for the trailer.
Yeah,
Like people showed up at a premiere
to watch a trailer.
to watch the trailer. 3 minutes. They walked the carpet. They took pictures, signed fucking photos, had press interviews for 3 minutes.
Yep.
I think they're gonna if Garfield and Toby's in the movie, they're not gonna show them until they show up.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
since they weren't in that, I mean, dude, the movie's like 30 days away or something, like a month.
Yeah.
I don't think they should
God.
release any more trailers.
No, that
No.
should be the final.
No more.
That's enough.
I don't want to see another TV spot. Now, of course, I'll watch it, but
Yeah.
just let it be.
Yeah, let that be it.
Cue fucking the Beatles. Let it be.
Yeah. Let it be. Let it be.
So, do
Let it
y'all
be.
want to do 007 next week? Watch that?
We can.
Or what else? I mean, that's out.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it, right?
That's all I've got.
I'm cool with it.
I mean, we did want
I've
to watch
heard-
it, right?
Yeah, I've heard some good stuff about it.
What?
So,
No Time to Die.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm okay with that. Let's do that. Dexter, No Time to Die, movie news, trailers. I mean,
Yep.
we should just not do another episode until Spider-Man comes out.
All right.
But we still get together every week. We watch the trailers back to back, and then we talk about it.
The real estate hiatus arc.
Yeah, it's like, why did they stop for like 4 weeks since like Spider-Man?
They saw
It's
that
like,
Spider-Man trailer and
We film fasted for Spider-Man.
I'm not watching anything, even YouTube.
Yeah, right. So
Did y'all notice, like, so whenever Doctor Strange is doing his magic,
Yeah,
like the color of it, so
Mhm.
the Shang-Chi, the rings, Whenever they went to him, they were that color.
Yeah.
And then when they were looking at him at the end, they were that color was.
If there's one thing we know, Marvel color codes.
Yeah.
What if that's how they came through?
I mean, oh man, my brain's melting at the thought, like the different, like different possibilities. Because who knows? Like that could be future technology. Like, hear me out. I know this is taking the 10 rings and fucking up the lore. I get it, but for the cinematic universe, have them be a product of Wakanda, but some shit's happened. They get knocked back in time. Mandarin finds them, and that's where they stayed for so long.
Yeah.
It could have happened with TVA.
Yeah.
They could have dropped it somewhere.
So
they do travel through time.
Owen Wilson's just like traveling
these fucking
around.
rings are fucking wow.
Yeah, they're fucking heavy. Wow. Just gonna set them in his bed.
Wow.
Wow. Are we gonna need like 10 more doors for these?
Wow. Gotta get me some of those rings. Wow.
I mean, we're gonna have to leave them back there. Temporal displacement. Time loops. We can't risk it, man. Wow.
Turbulent displacement.
So we're gonna do Bond next week.
James Bond, his last Bond.
Yeah.
Unless the money's right.
Let's see if it's shaken, not stirred.
I've heard it was great.
Shaken it is.
I've also heard a spoiler, an unintentional spoiler, I think. But I've also heard a spoiler. Yeah. But it's okay.
Checks in the mail.